I will be introducing Justin Gilman. He comes from Germantown, Ohio. He is his thing is sport event management, and he will be talking to us about PED and sports.
I'm sure that most of you have heard about at least one of the countless times there's been a professional athlete in trouble or suspended for using performance-enhancing drugs, or PEDs as they're most commonly referred to as. Over the course of the next 5 to 7 minutes, I'm going to inform you guys on exactly what classifies as a PED and one of the most commonly used forms of it. Also, I'm going to give you a few pieces of reason as to why they should be legal and why they shouldn't be legal. To start, I'd like to explain exactly what a PED is. According to MLB, or Major League Baseball, PEDs are described as drugs and substances taken by athletes that help improve their performance, often illegal or at least banned by the governing body of the athlete participates in. These drugs are normally taken with the sole intent to elevate the athlete's performance. There are numerous drugs and substances that classify on the MLB performance-enhancing drug list. One of the most commonly used forms is testosterone. Testosterone, according to thesportster.com, testosterone is used to help athletes build muscle quicker at a quicker rate. It is also used by athletes who are rehabilitating an injury to extremely speed up the recovery process and return them to the field of play, oftentimes better than when they left. The reason testosterone is commonly used as opposed to anabolic steroids is because testosterone is naturally found in the human body, so it makes it harder to be detected on drug tests and so that basically athletes can get away with it easier because it's not a foreign substance. And one of the most the most known person to ever use testosterone was Alex Rodriguez, the Yankee third baseman. He was in trouble on at least 4 separate occasions for using it, and on his last time he received a full year suspension from the game of baseball. And now I'd like to shift to the legal side of this topic. First, I'm going to talk about why it should be legal. One benefit of legalizing PEDs in professional sports is that if they're regulated and legalized, they become much safer for athletes to take. Now, when athletes get their PEDs, they come from the Dominican Republic, Mexico, Cuba, all countries in South America. If they'd be legalized, they could be made in America and put the USDA health regulations and quality control checks and safety checks, so that way athletes' lives aren't as big and in danger that much more. But that also leads me to my next point. If they're made in the United States, this would provide more opportunity for job growth and economic growth, because obviously if you make a new industry, there's going to be jobs. And then, while staying on the topic of money, banning PEDs is time and money wasted. If an athlete wants to use them bad enough, they're going to use their money, their resources, and their fame to get them, regardless of whether they're legal or not, as proven by Alex Rodriguez, Lance Armstrong, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and many more. And then my last piece of reasoning to make them legal is, as it was said on listland.com, is my body, my choice. So should governments and professional sport committees really be allowed to tell us what we can and cannot do and put in our bodies? And now for why they should stay illegal. The first reason is due to the fact that it will destroy all integrity in professional sports now. Now there's just something according to a poll on NPR.org asked what should happen to players when they're found guilty of PED use, 46% of all voters answered that if players found guilty of using PEDs, all of their records should be wiped clean because it's unethical. Then it takes away from the natural the wow factor of sports. I'm sure most of you have watched a home run derby and seen Giancarlo Stanton hit a ball 480 feet. That's impressive now, because knowing he doesn't use steroids or he does it just based off hard work. But if they became legal, then yeah, he'd hit it 600 feet. Yeah, it'd be cool to see, but then you lose that natural how does he do it factor. And then another reason they should stay illegal is because they can put athletes' lives in danger. Like many of them, if they're not taken with extreme caution, they could cause dehydration, memory loss. Some can even cause strokes. And like the thing is with like how safe they are, is we don't know what's in them because they're coming from the Dominican Republic, like I said, and Mexico. Like they're not checked, so who knows? Like it could be water, it could be like something even worse. So, in conclusion, I hope that you gain some insight into the work of performance-enhancing drugs, and hope that next time you hear a conversation about PEDs in sports and whether or not they should be legal, you'll have a better understanding of what exactly is being said. Thank you for listening.
Questions?
Questions, comments, please? Yes, I have questions. They're all just getting tired of thinking, I think, right? So, yes, sir.
What made you choose this topic?
Because like I've always like wondered why they take them if they know like they're illegal. Like every person, I'm not say every person, but like when normally people get caught, like they know they're gonna get caught, but they still do it. So like it just made me wonder like why take them, and then I wondered, well, why not just make them legal? So that's what made me.
What do you personally think?
Personally, I don't think they should be, because I mean, there's been like a long-standing like zero tolerance. But like if you look at baseball, if you get caught 3 times, well, you're supposed to be banned for life. So I mean,
So you're saying they should be legal? Or
they should be illegal.
illegal?
Yeah, illegal. They shouldn't be allowed to be used. Because I mean, there are like ever since like that's what baseball and other sports have been like their cornerstone. Like these athletes are natural. Like so. It take away from like,
San Francisco Giants for your
yeah, exactly.